All right, so it's Mrs. Williams again, and I want to go over just a little bit of MyMathLab, how to set up an account, how to navigate it just a little bit. I'm not going to go into huge detail because there are tutorials that you can watch in within MyMathLab. So I'm just going to show you really how to set it up and kind of where some key things are located. So first of all, you can buy your MyMathLab access code from the Eastern Bookstore, or you can purchase it directly from mymathlab.com using a credit card or PayPal. If you're waiting on financial aid or scholarships or something of that sort, I would probably go through the bookstore. If you're paying for it out of pocket, it's actually a little bit cheaper if you buy it directly from MyMathLab. In either case, if you don't have the money just yet in your hand, regardless of which way you decide to pay for it, you can set up a temporary access code free for 14 days. So regardless how you intend to pay for it eventually, you need to make sure you go ahead and get it set up so that you can get in there and start getting these assignments done and not get behind. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go straight to mymathlab.com. And when you go to mymathlab.com, you have the option to sign in or to register. So I'm going to go ahead and click on register as a student, and then you need to have three things: an email, your course ID, and your access code or credit card. Now your email, you're going to be using whatever email you want when you set up your account. It doesn't have to be your Eastern one, but it does need to be typed in correctly, and it does need to be the email address that you check most often, because this is where you're going to be getting all your notifications. Okay, whatever email you type in is the email that when I send a message through MyMathLab, it's going to get sent to that email. Okay. The course ID is the number located on the front page of your syllabus. You cannot miss it. It is a huge boxed in thing that says course ID, and it's bright red. Okay, so make sure you're using the correct one. It usually looks like the professor's last name and some numbers. So it might be Williams something something something. Make sure you're using the correct one. I use this video in more than one semester, so don't just type in what I'm typing in this video. Make sure you're getting the one off of your current syllabus. Okay, and then if you've purchased an access code or you have your credit card ready, you're going to be able to go ahead and finish your registration immediately. Okay, so first thing we want to do is put in the course ID for the current semester and hit continue. Okay, now you'll be able to see over here on the right hand side what course ID I just typed in. If this is not the accurate information for the class that you are taking, please do not use this. If it is not summer 2016 when you're watching this video, don't use this one. Use the course ID on your syllabus. Okay, now notice it says sign in with a Pearson account or create a Pearson account. You have two options. For those of you who took my college algebra class before, or if you've taken Math 119 online from ENMU before, or if you took Math 104, which is our college algebra prep class at Eastern, you will be able to use your existing account. You will not have to purchase another access code. You can use the code that you currently have, and you can just sign in. So you can do that right now. If you are brand new to Eastern, or you've never used MyMathLab, or you've never taken college algebra, or whatever the case may be, you're going to want to go ahead and create an account. So right here, you're going to want to go ahead and put in your email address. You can use your email address as your username, or you can create a username and a password. Your name, first and last, make sure the first letter is capitalized and all that good stuff. If you type it in all lowercase or all uppercase, that's how it shows up in my gradebook. So please just use proper typing etiquette here. And then make sure you have a security answer and you hit accept the license agreement. So once you've got all your information entered, then you just go ahead and click create an account. And then it will ask you to enter your access code. So if you purchase your access code and you have that little pamphlet, you can go ahead and click here and enter the code from that pamphlet. If you are wanting to pay online using a credit card or PayPal, you'll go ahead and just click this button right here, and it will take you through the payment process. Now once you've done that, you should have a screen that pops up that says success, you've registered your account, and then you'll be able to sign in. Okay. Once you sign into MyMathLab, you should have a screen that looks something like this. And this is really important. Over here across the top and on the right-hand side, it has general announcements. This is really important to note if you're planning to take an exam, or if you're putting off work until you have this one day where you can work on a bunch of stuff. Okay, this is where it will show up if there's a scheduled maintenance, if they're having any type of issues. This is where it will be posted when you first log in. Okay, so if you're planning a big study day or you're planning to do a test on a certain day, make sure you check to see that there's nothing scheduled for that day. Could be an issue. Okay. All right, so your course should be showing up here as Math 119 College Algebra and the current semester, which you'll go ahead and click on. Once you're in, I'm going to go ahead and help you navigate just through a few things. This is just your course home where it shows you your upcoming assignments, any announcements that I've posted, and it tracks your results also. Okay, what I want to look at really quick is I'm actually going to skip through all this stuff and go down to course materials. Course materials is where I have posted everything that you'll need for this class in terms of information and note taking. Okay, so your syllabus is listed here. Again, make sure you use the current course ID. If you are in my summer class for 2016 and it is not summer 2016, you need to go back and register in the correct term. It also has the lecture schedule. The lecture schedule is absolutely your best tool for this course, because if you notice on some of these assignments where there's worksheets, it says you're going to turn your worksheet into Blackboard and you're going to turn your regular assignment in through MyMathLab. Okay, so all these assignments that say Blackboard, all the offline assignments or the worksheets, that type of thing, they will not show up on your assignment listing in MyMathLab until I've entered the grade, which I will be getting from Blackboard. So make sure you use this lecture schedule to track yourself to make sure you're getting every assignment done, since we have assignments in 2 places. Okay. Then our lecture guides. These are the pre-printed notes that we talked about in the intro video. So when you're following along with my lecture, if you'd like to be doing the problems that we're doing, I highly suggest it. That's why it's here, so you can print these out, follow along, get some practice, and that type of thing. And then I also posted the worksheets here. Now, I know the worksheets are offline assignments, and you'll be taking care of those through Blackboard, but every now and then Blackboard has some maintenance, or they might have a random issue. So if it gets to where you really need to do a worksheet and Blackboard's on the fritz, I thought it would be helpful to go ahead and have your worksheets posted in MyMathLab as well. Okay, so you'll just click on whatever worksheet you need, and then you'll have the option to download it, to print it. Remember, these do have to be worked by hand and then scanned in and submitted through Blackboard. Okay. The other thing are the reviews. All of my reviews are on paper. They do not have to be turned in. These reviews are just to help you review the material and get yourself ready for the test. So you'll just click on the corresponding review that you want to work on. It has all the problems, and then if you scroll all the way to the back, then it has all of the solutions. Okay, so this is really just to help you get from point A to point B and get some extra practice before that exam. Now, there are still review assignments in MyMathLab. These review assignments basically just tell you where these reviews are going to be located, which I just showed you where they're located. So make sure you click on those review assignments so you get an easy 100 just for knowing where the review is located. Okay, so that's pretty much your course materials. I also want to look at the course tools. So if you click on course tools, you'll see here that there's an email tab. Okay, this is how you can easily correspond with me without having to memorize my email address. Okay, any messages you send to me through MyMathLab go directly to my Eastern email account. Okay, same thing. You can also correspond with other students that are taking the class, that type of thing. So this is the best way to communicate with me and also other students in the course if you have a study buddy and things like that. So make sure you utilize this, and again, make sure your email was typed in accurately and it's the email that you check most often. If you are taking this class, retaking this class, or it's been a while since you used your MyMathLab, make sure your email is up to date. Another thing that I'll mention is if you call Eastern's IT department, they can actually send you an email with information on how to set up your smartphone so that your email will come directly to your smartphone if you're using your Eastern email. If you're not using your Eastern email, you probably already know how to add, Hotmail, Gmail, Yahoo, that kind of stuff. But I really highly suggest doing that so that when I'm sending any kind of notifications about the course, that you'll get it directly to your phone and not be left in the dark and not be left wondering. Okay? All right, so I'm going to go back to the main menu and just kind of show you a couple of key things. First thing is your gradebook. That's where you'll go to see all of your assignments. I have not done anything. I opened this one assignment and I did nothing, so I have a 0. Boo for me. This is where you'll be able to look at every single assignment that you've done so far and review the grade. Up here at the top, it says show overall score. That's where you'll click to see what you have currently at this point in the semester. You can see I'm not doing very well. I have a 0 for my homework. I haven't taken any tests and I haven't taken the final. So this is a really good way to see what your grade is as of this point in the course. Okay, so you don't need to email me and say, hey, what's my grade right now? You can just click on your Gradebook tab and then click on Show Overall Score, and you'll have the answer to that question. Okay. Then there's the Homework tab, which is what I explained earlier. Your worksheets will not show up on here until you've submitted them through Blackboard and I've graded them. Okay, then I'll put your grade in over here. So again, make sure you're using the lecture schedule to stay on top of your assignments. They're listed in order of due date. So if I want to do polynomials and factoring, okay, and I click on the first problem and I just really don't know how to do it. I have no idea. Notice over here there's some tools to help you. So you can see there's a help me solve this. They'll actually walk you through this problem and then you'll be able to attempt another one to get credit. You can view an example, so maybe by looking at an example will help you figure out how to navigate the problem you're working on. For some problems there are videos, animations, and on every problem you should be able to view the textbook. Now you don't have to purchase the textbook for this class, but the ebook is included in the software. So it can take you directly to the section that this problem came from so that you can read through any descriptions, see examples, and that type of thing. Or you can click this button that says Ask My Instructor. Now when you click that, it actually sets up an email where it will send your exact problem to me so I can see which one you're having an issue on. Now please don't just send me an email with a problem and be like, I don't know, or I'm stuck. I have no clue. Okay, because that doesn't tell me anything. If I think you have no clue, I'm going to just suggest we'll go back and watch the lecture video. Okay, what I'm looking for is more of an email like, I'm not really sure where the 3 came from, or I know I need to take out a greatest common factor, but what's my next step? Okay, give me something so I can see at what level in the problem you are having issues with. If you have no idea how to start it, then you might consider viewing an example, clicking the Help Me Solve This, or going back and watching the lecture video over again from the corresponding section. Okay? The really neat thing about MyMathLab is that these homework assignments can be completed over and over and over again until you get 100%. You'll only get 100% if you do it by the due date. After the due date, you can still get credit up until we test on it, but there will be a 25% late penalty. Okay, so if you're going in and you're putting in the time and you're putting in the work, there should be no excuse for not having 100% on these MyMathLab assignments. Okay, so that is pretty much my rundown of MyMathLab. So if you have questions or you're not familiar with MyMathLab, I do suggest that you watch some of these getting started tutorial videos to help kind of get you in there. I also suggest going ahead and getting this set up before the semester starts so that you can go in and kind of play around with it. I have the homework and the exams already published, so you can actually get a head start if you get in a little early. Otherwise, if you have questions, please let me know.